The flavor is gone. You have likely felt it building for weeks, perhaps months, a strange, pervasive dullness that has settled over things that used to bring you joy. It is not a sadness, exactly. It is something stranger. It is the distinct sensation that the life you have been living, the friends you have been keeping, and the conversations you have been engaging in have suddenly lost their pulse. It is as if the color has been drained from the scenery of your daily existence. You sit across from people you have known for years, people you love, and you find yourself straining to care about the drama, the gossip, or the repetitive loops of their lives. You go to the places that used to excite you, and they feel empty, hollow, and flat. You did not arrive at this sensation by accident. Everything you have been feeling, the apathy, the urge to withdraw, the sudden irritation with noise and shallowness, has been pointing to this exact moment of realization. You may be worried that this is depression. You may fear you are becoming cold, arrogant, or ungrateful. You are not. What you are experiencing is a precise spiritual mechanism that activates when a soul has outgrown its current reality. This message will explain exactly why your old life has suddenly turned to ash and what you are being prepared for right now. This is the time of the great shedding. It is not a punishment, it is a requirement. To the mind, it looks like loss. To the spirit, it is clearance. You are standing in the doorway between a history that no longer fits and a future that has not yet landed. It is a delicate, dangerous, and powerful time. If you misunderstand this phase, you will try to force yourself back into the old boxes, causing immense suffering. If you understand it, you will move through it with grace and authority. We must begin by addressing the immediate symptom that causes the most confusion, the sudden onset of vibrational neutrality.
You wake up one morning, and the things that used to matter simply do not matter anymore. This is often terrifying for a sensitive person. You were used to feeling deeply, caring deeply, and being involved in the intricate emotional webs of those around you. But now there is a wall of glass between you and the world. You look at your old hobbies, your old favorite foods, your old social circles, and they taste like ash. There is no spark. There is no resonance. It is easy to misdiagnose this. The psychological model would call this a depressive episode or a loss of affect. But look closer at your internal state. Beneath the boredom, there is not despair, there is a waiting, there is a stillness. This is not a psychological defect. It is a biological and spiritual signal that you have outgrown the energetic container you previously occupied. Imagine a crab that has grown too large for its shell. The shell does not stretch, it confines. The tightness, the pressure, and the discomfort are not signs that the crab is sick. They are signs that the crab is growing. You have undergone a shift in frequency. The awakening process is not just a change in philosophy, it is a literal change in the voltage running through your nervous system. As your internal frequency rises, your compatibility with lower density environments, conversations, and activities drops. This is the law of alignment. When you were vibrating at a certain level, those old friends and activities matched you. They were consistent with who you were. But you are not that person anymore. You have shifted. And because you have shifted, the old external world no longer mirrors your internal reality. The flatness you feel is simply the lack of resonance. It is the sound of a key trying to turn in a lock that has been changed. Do not try to force the feeling back. Many chosen ones make the mistake of pretending. They fake the excitement. They force the laughter. They drag themselves to the social gatherings and perform the version of themselves that everyone expects. This is dangerous. When you force yourself to engage with things that are now dead to your spirit, You are violating your own integrity. You are telling your body to accept what it is trying to reject. The apathy is not an enemy. It is a guard dog. It is keeping you from investing your precious energy into dead timelines. It is blocking you from feeding a version of yourself that no longer exists. This feeling of ash in your mouth is the first layer of protection. It is designed to make you uncomfortable enough to let go. But simply losing interest is not the whole story. There is a more active, sometimes aggressive mechanism at play here. This leads us to the mechanics of energetic eviction. It is one thing to feel bored, it is another to feel physically repelled. As this phase deepens, you will notice that your tolerance for inauthentic interaction drops to near zero. This is not a personality shift towards impatience. It is the activation of your spiritual immune system. Understand the principle of resonance. Energy seeks like energy. When your vibration accelerates, density becomes intolerable. In the past, you could sit for hours and listen to a friend complain about the same problem they have refused to fix for 10 years. You could engage in small talk about the weather or the news. You could tolerate the noise of the world. Now, however, a 10-minute conversation of that nature leaves you exhausted. You might feel a headache coming on, a sudden wave of nausea, or an intense desire to physically run away from the person speaking. This is not you being mean. This is your spirit rejecting an outdated frequency. It is an energetic eviction. Your biology is literally rejecting the incompatibility. When you interact with people or environments that are vibrating at the level of fear, gossip, victimhood, or stagnation, and you are vibrating at the level of truth, seeking, and growth, there is friction. That friction costs you energy. In the past, you had enough buffer to handle it. Now the buffer is gone. You are being stripped of your ability to tolerate the false so that you are forced to seek the true. This is a protective measure. You are in a critical gestation period. You are holding a high frequency that is new and somewhat fragile. If you were to stay in those dense environments, you would leak your power. You would unconsciously lower your vibration to match the room, something you have been doing your whole life to make others comfortable. But you are no longer permitted to do that. The universe is closing that door. If you try to lower yourself now, it will physically hurt. The exhaustion you feel after these interactions is the bill coming due. It is the cost of betraying your own frequency. Refrain from judging those you are drifting away from. They are not bad people. They are simply playing out a script you have finished reading. They are in a grade you have graduated from. You do not look back at the 4th grade with anger because the lessons are too simple. You simply acknowledge you have moved to the 5th grade. But unlike school, you cannot stay in the same classroom. You must leave. The eviction is happening to save you from stagnation. It is pushing you out of the nest because you are ready to fly, even if you do not believe it yet. This eviction can feel aggressive. Relationships end abruptly. People stop calling. You get fired or you quit. The structures of your old life seem to crumble simultaneously. This is not bad luck. It is clear alignment. The universe is sweeping the path clean. It is removing the obstacles, the distractions, and the energy leaks. It is ensuring that when the new assignment lands, you are free enough to catch it. If these signals are hitting your spirit, it is not by accident. This is the work done here. If you feel called, stay with this message until the end. The most challenging aspect is not the leaving, but what comes immediately after.
We must now speak of the sacred vacuum. This is the phase that breaks people if they do not understand it. You have lost interest in the old. The energetic eviction has removed the people and situations that no longer fit. And now you are left with nothing. Silence. The phone does not ring. The weekend comes and there are no plans. You look around and you see a void. The human mind terrifies itself in this space. It screams, "I am alone. I am unpopular. I have made a mistake. I am isolating myself into oblivion." The mind demands movement. It demands noise. It wants to fill the space immediately. You must resist the urge to fill this space. This is not emptiness. This is the sacred vacuum. This is the womb of creation. In the laws of physics and spirit, nature abhors a vacuum. When a space is created, the universe rushes to fill it. However, the quality of what fills that space depends on the quality of the space itself and the patience you hold while it is being prepared. Think of this like a renovation. Before you can bring in the new, high-quality furniture, you must clear out the old, broken clutter. Then you must clean the room. That moment, when the room is empty, clean, and echoing, is not a mistake. It is the architectural requirement for the new design. You are currently in that empty room. This is a zero-point state. It is a pause in the musical score of your life, before the crescendo. During this time, you are being recalibrated. Your soul is resting. You are being disconnected from the hive mind of your old reality so that you can hear the signal of your own intuition. You cannot hear your own guidance if you are constantly surrounded by the noise of others' opinions and expectations. The isolation is enforced so that you can remember who you are without the distortion of external validation. Do not label this time as stagnation. It is not stagnation, it is incubation. A seed in the ground looks like it is doing nothing. It is in the dark. It is silent. But inside, the most immense transformation is occurring. If you were to dig up the seed to check on it because you were worried about the lack of activity, you would kill it. You must trust the dark. You must trust the silence. The danger here is panic. When the silence gets too loud, the temptation is to reach back into the trash can of the past. You might text that ex-partner. You might call that friend who drains you just to hear a voice. You might sign up for a commitment you don't want just to feel busy. Do not do this.
If you fill the vacuum with the old, you block the new. You signal to the universe that you are not actually ready for the upgrade. You signal that you are afraid of your own company. You must learn to sit in the void and be at peace. You must learn to be your own best company. This is the test. Can you stand in the nothingness and hold your faith? Can you trust that the new people, the new mission, and the new joy are on their way, even when you see no physical evidence of them yet? Real alignment does not arrive when you are frantically grasping for it. It arrives when you are calm, open, and spacious. This void is making you spacious. It is expanding your capacity to receive. The old life was too small for what is coming. The void is stretching you. Embrace the quiet. Read, rest, walk in nature, sleep. Let the rewiring happen. You are not being punished with loneliness. You are being gifted with sanctuary. Once you accept the void, you must learn how to position yourself for what comes next. This is the calibration for the new assignment. You are moving from a state of guilt to a state of sovereignty. The hardest part of the great shedding for many chosen ones is the guilt. You feel guilty for changing. You feel guilty for leaving people behind who didn't do anything wrong. You feel like you are abandoning your post as the healer, the helper, the listener. You must understand a harsh but liberating truth. You cannot take everyone with you. Not everyone is meant to go where you are going. Not everyone is signed up for the same level of growth. Some souls have chosen to stay in the lessons of the third dimension, lessons of conflict, duality, and repetition. That is their right. But you have chosen to move. If you try to carry them on your back, you will not save them. You will only exhaust yourself and miss your own appointment with destiny. You must adopt the strategy of benevolent detachment. Benevolent detachment means you wish them well,
You love them from a distance, but you do not hook your energy back into their field. You do not apologize for your growth. You do not dim your light to make their shadows less stark. This is not arrogance. Arrogance is thinking you are better than them. Sovereignty is knowing you are different from them, and this difference is necessary. You are being prepared for a specific assignment. This assignment requires a clear vessel. It requires a mind that is not cluttered with other people's fears and a heart that is not weighed down by obligations that are not yours.
Stop asking for permission to change. You have already been authorized by your spirit. The shedding is the proof of that authorization. You are being stripped of the non-essential so that you can become potent. A soldier does not carry heavy, useless luggage into battle. A climber does not carry rocks up the mountain. You are dropping the weight. Shift your perspective. This is not a loss of friends. It is a refinement of your circle. This is not a loss of interest. It is a redirection of focus. This is not a loss of identity. It is the revealing of your true self. When you stand in this sovereignty, you send a massive signal to the universe. You say, I am ready. I have made space. I am no longer available for the old. Send the new. And because the universe operates on law, it must respond. The new tribe, the ones who meet you at your new level, who inspire you rather than drain you, can only find you when you stop pretending to be one of the old tribe. You must fly your true flag so your true allies can see you. This is the path. It moves from the taste of ash, through the friction of eviction, into the silence of the void, and finally into the authority of the sovereign. You are now standing at a vantage point where the pattern is visible. You can look back at the last few months and see that nothing was wrong. The depression was not depression, it was detachment. The irritation was not anger, it was resonance. The isolation was not punishment, it was preparation. You are no longer the one being thrown around by these patterns. You are the one reading them and moving with them on purpose. You understand that the great shedding is not the end of your life. It is the clearing of the construction site. The old structures have been demolished because they could not support the height of what you are about to build. Walk through the silence with your head high. Do not claw at the past. Let it go. Bless it for what it taught you, and turn your face toward the future. You are being prepared for a life that is in alignment with your soul, a life where you do not have to shrink to fit in, where your energy is reciprocated, and where your work has deep meaning. The price of this new life is the old life. Pay it gladly. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.